Welcome to Remote Reality. This is Lauren.
And this is Dee.
And this is 90 Day The Other Way, Season 7, Episode 5, A Dog's Breakfast. I don't understand how that fit into the episode.
I didn't either after watching the episode. I was like, I don't get it. I'm completely lost.
I've got a story for today that fits into this.
Oh, okay.
I went downstairs because we had parents' morning, and I got up early. I got dressed, and Rob said Jake dropped his egg on the floor, and then he raced Lola so he could eat it off the floor first.
Kids.
So, making sure she didn't get the egg. Well, I have no idea. I have no idea how this fits into the episode, but I like dogs and I like breakfast. Let's watch.
Remote reality, yeah, that's the key. Unlocking stories wild and free. With a host, side by side. Channel surfers, let's ride.
All right, let's go couple by couple. First up, we have Matthew and Greta. This house, his parents' house, did you ever see The Holiday? It had Kate Winslet, Cameron Diaz, Jack Black, Jude Law.
Yeah, where they like switched houses, a bunch of them.
Yeah, the girls switched houses. This looks like Kate Winslet's house, the one that Cameron Diaz stayed in. And
it did. It did.
Like, exactly like it. It's cute, but I have to agree with Greta. I think it's a little too remote for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Unless it's like a TV remote or being an airhead and kind of remotely out there.
Yeah,
reality.
What was it she said? She said that she likes doing grandma things, but she wants a city vibe, not a retirement home.
Yeah. Girl, I feel you on that. Now, he was getting house ready. He's dusting everything that doesn't even look dusty, so he must dust often, or his mom does. And he's like, I'm making some room for her hair. I was like, for her hair? He was saying here.
Mm-hmm.
But she's sacrificing everything to be with him. Her career, her cat, her friends. So it's a lot of pressure. At first, I wasn't sure if he meant pressure for him or her, but I have a theory after watching this episode.
I think he meant him.
Yeah, I think this dude's got his feet held to the fire.
Yeah.
He's scared. I mean, he gave her like 20 clean hangers and dusted. He got ready. This is important. He got ready. Do you think he moved the carcasses out of the fridge?
Probably not.
Probably not.
He must not be very familiar with women. I mean, when he said 20 hangers, I was like, what?
I was like, that's not 20 outfits, dude. Cut that at least in half, unless it's dresses. But I still think production is at it with this couple. On the train, Greta looks super happy. And I guess once she gets there, it kind of switches. But if she truly was leaving her cat behind, I don't think she'd be happy to see her fiance, but I think the weight would be really heavy on her. And the one-way ticket, it's because they don't know when they're going to get a house, when the work situation is going to pave its way for them to bring Hazel over. How long do you think, if you travel, does it make sense to not get round trip? Like, if you're going to be there for 3 months, 6 months.
Yeah, that would make sense. Or if it's just indefinite, like if you're not sure when you're going to come back, you just wait until you decided it was time to go home and get a ticket then.
Is waiting for her at the train station. And he is standing so close to those tracks. Even Greta, when she gets off, she's like, whoa, didn't expect you here. Mm-hmm. Were you worried that we were about to see like some Tolstoy, Anna Karenina, like stay away from the tracks, dude? I know there's a lot of pressure. Stay away from the tracks.
Yeah, that one train went through there flying.
I was like, oh, he almost lost a finger. He didn't know what to do with his hands or feet either. He's like tap dancing on the side of this thing. He'd easily fall over. It was about to be tragic. I was worried. Now, he greets her in such a romantic way.
Gosh. Is this where he said that she stinks?
I can tell it's been a long journey because you stink. Dee, what are your thoughts? So many.
It's almost like they don't understand communication in a normal way like we would, like, I don't know that I would be telling.
Did you just say I know how to normally communicate?
I don't know.
Oh, I've never heard that before.
I would not be saying that my girlfriend stunk, even if she did.
I don't know. I'd tell
After
him.
not seeing her for however long it's been.
6 months.
6 months. Yeah. I would not greet her with "you smell."
On the other hand, he says her antiperspirant's failing her, but do you think she put on antiperspirant? Is she using like the Tom's antiperspirant, or did she like make her own?
Well, knowing her, she probably could have made her own, I guess.
Do you think she has a sense of smell? Once you arrive at the airport, if there's an issue, you do have an entire couple of suitcases of stuff. Why not put on a fresh shirt? Clean out under your arms.
I know.
Get
I probably
some
would have
baby
went.
wipes.
I would have probably went somewhere for the night just so I could get myself back together again before I actually saw him.
I've changed in an airport bathroom before. Like, just clean yourself up. Go to the airport shop and get some deodorant, get a fresh scent on. Go to the duty-free store and get a little spritz of perfume. You don't want the first thing your man's saying is you stink. And if she stinks, well, I mean, I don't blame him for pointing it out. He is not feeling the connection either. I think her BO has him blocked.
He's probably rethinking everything.
I do not remember you smelling like Bigfoot. You were furry like Bigfoot, but you didn't smell like him last time. Market Harbor, English countryside. They're sheep. And they can get crazy because his parents aren't home. Put two and two together.
Mm-hmm.
Throw Apple in there. They're about to have a wild time. Questions about what kind of wild time they have, because these are thin walls. And Greta seems particularly happy that his parents aren't there because she's like, I can't get my kink on when they are. These walls are too thin.
I was thinking that more than likely she's a cat.
Oh,
maybe
God.
she's doing it kitty style, something like that.
Style.
That's what I was thinking.
Is it the same as doggy style? I'm not
really sure what it is. I'm sure it. I have no idea what it is. I just thought it sounded good since she has this affinity with her cat.
Her parents would be like, is Apple in there, sweetie? Why is she screaming? Why do you have those scratches all over you? Did Apple do that to you, that naughty cat?
I don't know. I mean, I just can't imagine her doing anything wild or geeky.
I think you're right. They play cat.
Yeah, she's probably got a whole fur outfit or something.
She bats at his balls.
They do that.
Meow, 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 meow.
Her love language. Sorry. This is getting out of hand.
It always does. So he cleaned out 3 drawers, but he better get his furry little hiney in there and clean out a 4th because there isn't enough room for her. In fact, she's going to have to live out of suitcase, her and her 7 pairs of shoes. Why does she need 7 pairs of shoes?
But she does not feel welcome at all. Like,
no, I don't blame her.
I don't
either.
The dude
gave her 20 hangers and dusted, maybe watered the plants, maybe cleaned out the litter box so she'd have a fresh place.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Or maybe like, I have 7 pairs of shoes, but I find myself in the same 3 pairs maybe.
Same. I love shoes. I love to buy shoes, but I never wear but like the same 2 pairs over and over again.
Is one of those like a sandal?
One's a flip-flop.
One's a flip. That's okay. This is probably why, because we're beach. It's like flip-flops, appropriate for every occasion.
Yeah. I actually wear more. Yeah. I actually wear more in the winter months because I have different colored of boots that I put on with my pants.
Same. From like March through November, flip-flop. And it's like my brown rainbow flip-flops.
Yeah. I don't even know what brand mine are.
That's all I need. Just that 1 pair.
I had some really cute Nike ones, but Drake chewed them up a few years ago. They were so
I got some
comfortable.
cute ones on Amazon, and I lost one of them.
Like, I wore these all around Disney, no blisters, no nothing. I mean, felt amazing when I would
Those
wear
are the
them.
best kind.
I know. I was
The
so mad at
rainbows,
him.
they're hard to break in, but if you get them in the salt water, like you dip your feet into the
Mhm.
ocean, it will break them in, but it ruins the warranty. Although I've had rainbows for like 15 years, the same pair, and they're still great. So
Yeah.
who cares if I void the warranty? I'm not trading the shoes in.
Yeah, Shaylee always insisted on rainbows. She had better shoes growing up than me.
They are so comfortable because they mold to your feet.
Mhm.
No, they aren't something that Greta would wear because they are leather. My arches, though, are so high that it never touches that one part of the shoe. Like you can see where my feet mold on each
Yeah,
side.
gotcha.
Her breaking down over the small space, over living out of a suitcase, it's not really about that. This is, I think, just very overwhelming.
Mhm.
She's realizing, even though we know Hazel's coming back, she didn't give up Hazel. Hazel will get there. Hazel's going to have a little, probably flyer first class. Geez.
Mhm.
Give that kitty some catnip on the plane. It's still a lot. She went to law school, and for what? She would have only needed a bachelor's degree to practice in the UK. And she spent an extra 3 years getting a doctorate. And now she has to relearn so much. It's a lot.
Yeah. This is another couple in this group that I'm like, why didn't he come to her instead of her going there?
Well, they are staying with the parents. So maybe this is another couple in this group where they eventually make their way onto 90 Day.
Maybe. I don't know. I just think that.
Because it's not anything permanent. It might
Right,
just be a nice little vacation.
It just seems like it would make more sense for him to come to the United States than for her to go there. But whatever floats their boat.
I don't know what he does, but it sounds like he's been living with his parents because she says she's stayed there 3 times before.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And Johny and Sumit, they're dancing in the street. And I had that, everyone you meet is dancing. Because I see him dancing in the street all night long. No, just me. Okay.
No. Now you've got me thinking of dancing in the street songs, but I didn't when I seen them.
They were getting down and there was no music. They were just boogieing. Puja. It's a prayer ceremony blessing for them moving in to mom and dad's house. And Sumit let his hair down for this. Sumit was ready to get funky with it. He's cracking the coconuts on the floor. Jenny's having trouble balancing a pot on her head.
Yeah, they finally just let her carry it because she was having such a hard time with it. The stuff was falling out of it.
And you know that Anna's sitting there like, it's because you're old, bitch.
Mm-hmm. That aunt was horrible. Like, she was after them. She was like a dog with a bone.
They're like, dude, let it go. Let it go. Like, let it go. And she just is holding on to it. You're old. Did you not know you're old? Sumit, can't you see that she's old? He's not blind.
No, like how many years have they been together now at this point?
Exactly, like 12 or something. Like he's seen her old, wrinkly everything. That's who he wants.
Yeah,
that's who he's been with. That's who he married. But it's hard. I don't know exactly how to put my finger on the pulse in this situation because this is India and they have a caste system. So while you and I are like, screw society, easier said than done in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't realize that Sumit marrying Johny essentially forced his parents' hands to eventually accept her because society was going to judge them one way or the other. Why not have your son? If society is judging you, then not and still have them judging you.
Right.
Jenny really likes the ceremony. She likes how they are remembering the prayers, and she doesn't understand how they remember so many prayers and they know what to say and they're all repeating it at the same time. And I wrote it down. She didn't grow up Catholic. Have you ever been to a Catholic church?
No.
It's like stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight. I went to Catholic school. It's like that. It's a lot of saying the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Although they changed it about 20 years ago. I haven't been to church a lot since they changed it. So when I go back, I feel like everybody looks at me when I go back with my parents and they're like, you heathen. You heathen. You didn't say it right. I'm like, they changed it. They're like, that was a long time ago. I'm sorry. My bad. I'm sorry. Sister Wives, Robin. Anyway, that Ringoli, that looked like fun. It looked like maybe colored sand and they were making designs on the floor.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Channel surfer, sorry for the interruption. If you just heard that clanging noise, I had to go check on it. We have these stacking tables. They are like a copper, 3 of them. My dog Teddy decided to walk under them. I walked downstairs. One of them's over top of him. One of them's laying in front of him, laid down on the ground. And the other one's like catty corner. He was just trapped in between the 3 stacking tables.
Oh, bless Teddy's heart.
But then I let him out and he's like, oh, I'm going to go find food now. He was probably trying to jump up and get something. Ringoli!
I don't think that Johny was doing a very good job of it. It looked like something like kindergarten. Was she trying to do her name by some chance?
She was.
And it was supposed to be like flowers, right?
Right. Yeah, she really ticked the aunt off.
Oh, yeah. The aunt brought the negativity for sure on this.
At one point, Sadhna sits down to start helping Johny. And the aunt just like drags Sadhna away.
Yeah. And Jenny's like, why is she doing that? She didn't understand any of it. I was just wondering why the woman even showed up. If she had that much of a feeling of disgust for it or whatever, disrespect, why even go to the blessing?
That's why Sumit thought they were good.
Mm-hmm.
Because she did show up. And then she says that this isn't a real marriage if society doesn't accept it. Which, do you think that the law requires society to accept it? That sounds like it would be hard to enforce. If there was a marriage and for it to be legitimate under the law, society has to continuously have approval of it.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, society doesn't have to accept any kind of form of marriage.
They should all mind their own business.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the law in India, though. I've studied Sharia law in law school. We had a woman professor from Indonesia who taught us via webcam. That was pretty cool. And that one's really interesting because Sharia law is based on the Quran. So it's based on religion, which is something very unique because in the U.S., we have that separation of church and state. Mm-hmm. So that was just really fascinating to see a country where the law is combined with the religion. It was, I mean, in that class, I thought it was so interesting. I loved my professor. She was amazing, teaching us straight from Indonesia. But I don't know about Indian law. I just find it would be hard to enforce. She's just being a bitch.
Mm-hmm. Total.
That's it.
Total bitch.
She asked Sumit, how can you love her? Or how can she love you? She's as old as your mama. Well, guess what? His mama loves him.
Mm-hmm.
Love knows no age.
Apparently, she's older than this aunt, too. I think the aunt said that she was older than her as well.
Well, who didn't teach that aunt to respect their elders?
Maybe that's not a society thing there either.
I guess it's societal to just be a bitch to your nephew who's been married for 15 years. Like you said, don't go.
Yeah, just don't go. Okay, so maybe they had her come just for this purpose, to have some drama in the blessing of the house.
We all know that person. Like, who you gonna invite to get the cameras rolling for TLC?
That'd be Aunt Bitch. We need to invite Aunt Bitch.
Bring her on.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen you guys in 10 years. Sana tries to explain. She goes, at least her son is with us. And Aunt Bitch goes, you ruined him.
This is your fault.
It's just so interesting because marriage isn't always for love. A lot of times they're arranged in India. He's lucky to have a love marriage.
Maybe they thought
maybe society doesn't see it, but
yeah, maybe the aunt thought they could get some cows or goats for him So they're really upset that they,
I don't know if they do that for guys. That might just be
I
for
don't know
women.
how that works.
I think that the guys pay in fact, I think that was part, and you didn't see it, but when Sumit got divorced, there was like a contract because that was an arranged marriage, his first marriage. I would have kicked her out. As soon as I said I'd kick a bitch out on my notes, then she leaves. She lets herself out and said, "Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you." She can go.
Yeah. Bye, Felicia.
She was the only one in the family that seemed to be acting like that. Everyone else kind of seemed appalled by her.
Yeah. I thought everybody seemed to be having a good time. And then she started her shit.
They were all looking at her like, yeah, typical.
Mm-hmm.
They know that game. Minow and Anthony. The house is so small that they needed a getaway, so they take their parents with them. That doesn't really say getaway to me.
No.
What are they getting away from?
I guess the small space instead of the parents.
I guess so.
I mean, we understand a little bit more when they get to where they're going because she said that her parents used to do that with her all the time when they were little. So
they would go and get a cheap townhouse and they'd play la pétanque. And when she said they'd get that cheap small townhouse, it sounded so eloquent when she said in an asshole French type city. I've never heard asshole pronounced so eloquently.
It's the accent.
It is. Wish I could cuss and make people go, "Oh, that's pretty." So pétanque, it's these big balls and you throw it at a small ball and whoever's ball ends up the closest to it wins. How do they tell the big balls apart, though? They're all big silver balls.
Good question. I didn't even think about it.
Like, what if they get mixed up?
Like, who do they know? Whose balls do they know belongs to who?
Yeah, how do you know that's your ball? Like
Maybe
with
there's a
cornhole,
stripe
you have
on
different color bags.
Was there a stripe we were missing?
No, I
or
looked. They look
dot?
like just smooth silver balls because I was like, maybe there's a different pattern, but
Maybe it's just up to everybody to remember where their ball landed.
maybe if you have one of those situations where a ref has to get called in, you just fight, and whoever wins, it's their ball.
I wonder who the ref of the balls is.
Well, whoever's fighting over it, man-to-man competition.
Ball to ball.
I'll show you whose balls they are.
Those are my balls.
Minow talks to her parents about the body shaming when she was growing up. After her mom says that she was surprised that Minow ever came back. And she remembers them saying things like, "My daughter doesn't eat and she's still fat." First off, rude. Second off, she's got some tickle bitties. When you are flush in the chest area, you're not going to look slender.
No.
Even me in high school at my smallest, I'm not wearing like it's just she got some cushion there. You're gonna have some cushion there. It's sad though that she heard that kind of stuff from her parents.
Yeah, it is sad. I mean, was it a concern they have? I mean, they certainly could have worded it differently than they did, but was it to other people or was this said to a doctor? She didn't really specify who her mom had said it to. So,
well, it sounds like there was a lot of judgment from society. That's something that she's talked about throughout. So,
right.
And being a parent is what has made Minow realize parents mess up. She just needs to focus on the good parts. She's a whole new person now.
Mm-hmm.
And her mom says, as long as you're happy, I don't care what others think.
Yeah, I think it's a good response with her mom. And I also think it's a good place for Minow to be as well, because if you let things like that affect the person that you are presently and moving forward, you may not be as happy as, realizing what she said and moving forward in a different place.
Yeah, I think that they've had 10 years. I think they've been processing some of this over that. This isn't probably not the first time they've had this conversation.
Probably not.
Now, I wonder if Benjamin will speak French or English, because he looks like he's at the age where he's starting to talk.
They'll probably teach him both.
Now, my friend, Sophia, her parents are Cuban. They came here from Cuba, and she had trouble learning both. When she started speaking, she was kind of speaking Spanglish. So they had to pick one and go with it.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It could be different for everybody. But I just thought that was interesting. And if Benjamin starts speaking French, Luke doesn't.
Anthony.
That one. Yep. I'm already looking at Madeline and Luke because I know they're next. Yeah, Anthony doesn't speak it. So I heard it's really hard to learn French too. I
heard it's one of the harder languages.
Absolutely. Madeline and Luke. Oh, we're all my favorites. You start.
We're still arguing about, we start out still arguing about the wedding stuff.
Sure do.
Yeah. And he doesn't even have the $4,000. It was like $2,800, a little over $2,800.
He doesn't even have the $3,000.
Right.
He was supposed to have the $3,000 from his dad. I wonder if they were just rounding the currency for Colombia.
Maybe.
He did accuse Madeline of stealing this, though. That was the
spending it. Not necessarily stealing it, but spending it.
Spending it in a way that was not authorized, which is stealing. It was insinuated for sure. She calls him out on it.
Yeah, but he never said that one way or another. He didn't deny or confirm that he said that to her. She just was sitting there saying, you were accusing me of this or whatever.
Yeah, but we saw it last episode when she said, you told me to pay that money for rent.
Yeah. It's a he said, she said. I think they both have their story, and I think the truth is somewhere in the middle.
It's not. She pulled out the bank statements and showed where the money went.
He was pulling out bank
crimes
statements
are easy
last
to prove.
episode,
You
too.
know this, B.
I know you hate this guy. I'm just not. I'm trying to be fair here.
I am too. This man is 32 years old. He thought he had some stupid 20-year-old on the hook, but this girl has her stuff together, and he is full of it. I feel bad for her. She works with Lizona, the wedding planner, and it's embarrassing for him to sit there and have this conversation right there in front of her. And this could be that. They may have talked about this before, but she was saying she tried to talk to him about it, and he kept refusing to talk about it, which is why she blocked him. She pretty easily cuts the mariachi dancers or the dancers in the mariachi out. She doesn't put up some huge dramatic fight. And the wedding planner tells her to make sure you're getting married for love and not money. Although I don't know if she's saying that to her or to Luke. Luke is just so full of crap. He's sitting there like, I gave up my life in the U.S. and my financial security. You gave up your financial security. You arrived here 2 days ago, and you arrived here giving up financial security that you had?
Well, I
Does
thought he
that
had
sound true?
I thought he had like a 9-to-5 job. I mean, I know he made some bad investments, but I thought he had like a regular 9-to-5 job as well.
I don't know. He had the one business that was failing, the sunglasses and jewelry. He's planning the second business, which is still operating at a loss. The only business he has that's operating at a profit is the one in Colombia, which almost makes more business sense to go where your business that's profitable is.
Right.
Maybe he had a job, but even if you have a job and money coming in, he sat there for a year and he was still up to his neck in debt. He didn't have financial security.
Well, then I guess he didn't have any to lose when he came.
He's just full of crap. He is trying to twist this narrative, and we're like, we see it. Both aren't true. You can't be like, I'm so broke, I can't come. I'm so broke, I can't come. I can't leave because I'm already in a bad financial position. And then all of a sudden, oh, I left financial stability for this. No, doesn't work both ways. And his apology sucks. They go to bed. He basically says, I'm sorry I made you feel bad, but let me guilt you into sleeping in bed with me because it's my first night here.
Well, yeah, she doesn't even want him there, I don't think.
No, but he doesn't even respect that. He's like, I'm going to guilt you into being here, but saying it's my first night and it would be messed up if you didn't stay in bed with me on my first night. After he sat there and accused her of stealing in front of the wedding planner. All right. How did you see it?
At this point, I just, like I said, I'm at the place where I'm like, they both have their own story. The truth is somewhere in the middle or the edit, one or the other.
True.
Because he's not getting upset about any of the stuff she's saying or anything like that.
Because he's doing it and he's getting busted.
Well, Or
like,
he's
"Oh,
just not
shoot,
going to
she's
argue with
calling
her.
me
She's
out."
kind of volatile when she gets upset.
I'd be volatile too.
I just don't know what to
Beraged.
think anymore, but we'll see if they end up getting married or not.
Well, when I first started watching the segment, I was trying to think of their names, and I was like, Brat, what is Brat's name? What is Brat's name?
I wrote down Brat, yeah.
I know you call her Brat. How do you think so you said she was volatile, but I thought she handled the cutting things out part well.
Yeah, if she got upset about it, they didn't show it. Yeah,
Her
she was
reaction
not,
seemed to be more aimed at him accusing her of stealing.
yeah,
And
she wasn't
his
bratty
behavior
about
in
it.
front of somebody she works with.
Yeah, she wasn't bratty about it. And I mean, the wedding planner basically said, look, you either cut stuff or there's no wedding.
And she respects what Lizona thinks.
Mm-hmm.
She's wondering, is this a good decision? We talked about this early on. I said, I hope she gets out of it. She's so young. She probably thinks she can fix people, that love conquers all. I don't know what would turn her around. Maybe it's Lizona.
Maybe. She seems to have a lot of respect for her, so.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
Chloe and Johny.
Oh my gosh. This one's a nightmare waiting to happen.
All right. So she said that Johny basically is working in a strip club on the ocean.
Mm-mm.
I was like, are they naked? Is he showing his peg leg?
I thought the comparison to a strip club was ridiculous. There's no comparison whatsoever. None.
No, because girls are in bikinis. Where in Aruba is he going to work where there aren't girls in bikinis?
I
He
have
can't
no idea.
bartend. He can't work at a resort.
This little girl, she is adorable. She is beautiful. She's so cute. And I do not understand where this insecurity is coming from.
Maybe it's because she never had to do anything to show that she's capable, because her mom was always paying for everything. Her mom gave her a job, except for cheerleading, which she is very proud of. Maybe that's the only thing she's ever done that makes her feel like she's worthy.
Yeah. The other thing I thought that might be the reason behind her insistence on this particular job is because that's how they met. So she's concerned.
Too.
Yeah. So she's concerned that he's going to meet somebody else the same way. But, this is his job. Chick, you went to Aruba knowing that this is what he did for a living.
You literally met him that way. And she doesn't see trusting him at the job, which means she doesn't trust him right now, which means why are you there marrying him? And why doesn't she trust him? Because he's swinging and girls are hanging on his back.
Yeah. That's so sexual. It's so into, I'm so into you.
Like on your back.
Hanging on you like a monkey.
I just want to climb on your back and swing. Get wet.
She's ridiculous.
Now, he's talked about starting a business with her. She thinks it's just to get her off of his ass about work. I agree. Because when they start talking about this at dinner, he's basically like, Chloe, I need you to make the business plan, and then we can get investors, and then I can leave my job.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially the ball is in her court. She has to make a business plan, what kind of business? He wants to be in the water.
Yeah, he doesn't want to leave the water.
Which he's still going to be around people in bikinis.
It's Aruba, as you said. They're probably always, everywhere they go, there's going to be people in bikinis.
There's probably good money in tourism, and he gets good tips, and he likes his job. He left a job for a girlfriend before, and he regretted it. Mm-hmm. She goes, I'm not that girl. No, honey, you are.
She's sounding just like her. Just like the girl.
Are.
She's
you might not have the same name, but you're both the person who thought they were going to change him and that he should choose you over who he is, over the person that you met. He should change himself to be the person that you want instead of having you fall in love with him.
Yeah, you're the second person who's not going to accept him for the way that he is, knowing daggone well exactly what he does and that he loves doing it and that he makes good money at it.
And completely blowing off anything logical that he says, like, no, there are families there. No, not just in the morning. They go snorkeling too. I'm not just swinging on it. The only thing that sounded strip club to me at all was like, he's like, I can climb that rope. But
and tips, that he makes great tips.
surfers make tips, though. But climbing a rope, I mean, he could also be a gymnast.
This is going to be a turning point for them. I don't think she'll stay. I think she'll end up going back.
I'm worried that he is going to do what he did last time. And we don't know when the last time was, but he lost his mom. I don't know that he has his dad anymore, any siblings. We're not meeting any family members yet. What if this is what he has? And this is like, he wants this so badly. He's 32. He wants to have kids. And on the other hand, she makes a good point. He's 33. How long does swinging off ropes last?
Well, and I think that's when he said, that's not all I do. You know, I'm snorkeling and things like that. So I think he has a good plan. If that's all he's ever done, you know, starting his own business, maybe snorkeling or tourist guide or something like that, it would keep him on the water.
Well,
but he's still going to be around.
You're going to need a boat.
Yeah, but he's still going to be, you know, around women in bikinis.
Right. You know what? When I went snorkeling, did not want to do this. We went to Antigua. It was me and my husband, our next door neighbors, and our neighbor across the pond. And they wanted to go snorkeling. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. This sounds fine. On the way there, though, they're telling us that the coral reefs have these like, almost like a porcupine that they can like inject into you. And I'm sitting there thinking, I'm type 1 diabetic. I do not heal well. I need to stay away from the corals. And they're saying stay away from the corals because if something like that goes in me, I don't know how well my body is going to react to that. Could be dangerous, like even more dangerous. And we get in there and the water is really rough and I'm having trouble staying away from the corals. So finally I called the boat over to come pull me out. When the guy pulled me out, my top went whoop, completely down. I just splashed everybody. I was like, whoop, pull it up real quick. So even if he's teaching snorkeling,
yeah, he's still going to be around.
Happen.
He's still going to be around that kind of stuff.
I'm sure nobody wanted to see it, but they got more than they bargained for. They're like, I do not get paid enough for this.
Right. You know, in a tourist town like that, I am sure that there's not too many things that are going to be lucrative that you can do that don't involve the ocean, swimwear, women in bikinis.
Like even if you had jet skis, you might have somebody riding on the back of your jet ski. They're on your back. I live in a tourist area. Charleston is a tourist area. We also have other things, but we're like #1 tourist destination in the U.S. for 12 years in a row. Just slipped out of the #1 spot this year. But a lot of people have jobs in tourism here. They do pirate tours where they walk around and tell you about the history of pirates. I don't know. I mean, we have a very like historical landscape here, so I don't know what the history is with Aruba, but yeah, she shouldn't be marrying some guy that she expects to be somebody else as her husband.
Yeah, I think I think she just needs to recognize this is a her problem, not a him problem.
She says she needs to recognize.
She needs to recognize that it's a her problem, not him. I don't think
anything else for this episode.
No, I think we covered everything.
I'm so excited. You know what tomorrow means?
Yes, Love is Blind.
It also means we have legal work. You got my meetings tomorrow, but Love is Blind is coming back tomorrow. So we'll drop an episode Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm so excited. I really like this season. Online, I'm seeing a lot of like, I love it. I hate it.
I was getting ready to say I've seen a lot online of people saying this is the worst season ever. And I was like,
but then
it's
I see the
first
other
season.
direction. It's like, it's amazing or it's horrible. I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
A lot of people think there's no couples that will work out.
Oh. Well, I'm starting to have some doubts.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm anxious to see how these other episodes go.
It's early on.
Yeah.
We're halfway there.
I think my biggest concern is probably going to be Edmund and KB.
He has a lot that he needs to process. A lot of people are coming at him they're saying he was trying to manipulate her into having sex, which I can see that point of view. But that reaction it seemed like more than manipulation. That reaction to me seemed like a trauma response.
I would agree with you. I don't see it as a purposeful manipulation, even though it came across as a manipulation. I think it was a very, very big emotional something with him.
And those signs were there at the beginning. In the pod, she could see he had trouble with emotional regulation. He told her that as a kid, he couldn't feel his feelings. And that's probably because he had to focus on just like the day-to-day necessities. When he's in foster care, he doesn't know when he's going back. And when he goes back, he might be making sure he has food, making sure he can get into his house, making sure he has electricity, not having the luxury of feeling those emotions if he's not in a stable environment. And then he grows up with parents who are choosing addiction over him. And then he goes to this retreat and his fiance is the only one who won't intimately connect. I don't think it's about them not having sex. I think it's about why does everyone else's parents love them and love them enough to keep them with him and safe? Why does everybody else's fiance want this intimate connection and mine doesn't? What's wrong with me? I try so hard to be a great guy, to do everything right. And that's why he breaks down crying, because he's not seeing that she just wants a deeper connection with him, that she really cares about him. He sees it as a reflection of him not being good enough, something he's dealt with his whole life.
A rejection.
It's a rejection. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But I can see the other way. There's more to his story. His reactions aren't what we expect. There's a reason for that. There's an answer that makes sense. And that's the best I can guess. Especially, I mean, one of my best friends grew up in foster care and out of foster care. And she tried so hard she was such a people pleaser. She tried so hard to be perfect. She tried so hard to like live above somebody putting her down. And she was gorgeous. She was smart. She was athletic. She tried so hard, though, to be in a place where nobody could criticize her, where she would be good enough. And it reminds me a lot of Jess from Love is Blind in Charlotte. I saw that. She reminded me so much of my friend. She was in and out of foster care, and she tried so hard to be perfect. She didn't want to give somebody any reason not to love her. So it's just sad. It breaks my heart. And hopefully KB sees this, since she deals with people in the foster system. It doesn't mean that it's a good match. You're right. She's going to get tired of fixing him. Anyway, there's our Love is Blind moment. We'll be back tomorrow with more. So join us tomorrow for Love is Blind. And then Love is Blind, and then Love is Blind. And then we'll see you on Saturday with Sister Wives. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the best way that you can support our podcast right now. We get so excited. Dee was texting me. She's like, we have 6 new followers on TikTok. I was like, oh, we have 1 more on YouTube. Yeah, we're having fun. All right. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Let's ride.